So off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Vucevic is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. Back to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Rebound collected by Levine.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, with all of that trampoline-like bounce, Levine can really do damage around the rim.
Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Irving. Not going to go that time, so the Bulls will take it the other way. About 1 minute into the first quarter.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Now here's White. After the miss from KD. White the pass to Williams. The offensive rebound. Here's Vucevic. Shoots over Griffin. And Griffin sends it back. In transition, here come the Nets. Griffin leading the charge.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Williams kicks to White. The kick out to Williams. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. And on the way from Irving for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Levine feeling it out a bit. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Offensive rebound. Tries again. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now a three-point play chance here for him.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Bulls shooting their first foul shot of the night. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Vucevic. Valentine comes in for Williams. Garrett Temple has checked in for Zach LaVine. And Satoransky's subbed in for White. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Satoransky against Harden. 6 to shoot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
I don't think there's anybody better than Harden at converting through contact. Superb in that area because he's crafty, he's strong, and he's skilled.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, from deep, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Bulls lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face night in and night out.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first half. where they, you know, hitting on all cylinders, playing good brand of ball, moving fast, playing great defense. And yeah, I feel like we're at that level to start the game, and then, you know, it's about who can last at that level the longest.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brooklyn now, Green is out there with Brown. Then it's Harden, and it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And he knocks down the first one. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number one. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. The shot by Valentine, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 5-point game. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And it's Green, missing.
Well, he's a career journeyman, but Garrett Temple's well-respected in that locker room, and smart vet who can play decent defense and gives you some quality minutes.
Boy, what an example Garrett Temple is for guys that may not come into the league with a lot of notoriety. Man, he just is highly respected because he's smart, he's tough, he's about the team, he's always ready. I mean, he very well could end up being an outstanding coach at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
1:09 left here in the second. And the jam by LaVine.
Boy, I love seeing LaVine elevate. One of the most fun dunkers we have in the game.
On the wing, Irving. Light covering. KD, that's for two. And that one goes long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
LaVine, no good on that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. On the wing, Irving. Releases. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for Brooklyn.
Well, the team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
Aminu with the bucket.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And it goes down 2 points. KD's got his first basket of the night.
Durant's pull-up is quick and smooth and virtually unguardable. So agile he is for a 7-footer.
LaVine with it. Over Brown. Doesn't go for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Nets. They lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
What's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool line.
Got it.
Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. You could see them develop a sense of urgency in the second quarter, and it got them a 1-point lead here at halftime. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
Man, their fans know how to give their team a lift, that's for sure. The atmosphere in this building has been amazing, but the fans still have some work to do. They've got to keep the noise up, keep the energy up, and carry their guys to the win.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Reminds me of myself at the free throw line. They have been shooting horribly out there. This is not a team that should be executing so poorly on offense. They need to completely revamp their approach, move the ball, set better screens, find the open man, get to the basket. They need to get to the basics right now.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. White and LaVine team up in the backcourt. Daniel Tice out there with Williams. And it's Vucevic in at the 5, down low. The Nets with the lead. Passes to Harris. Griffin against Vucevic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
A free throw drops for Griffin. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Now here's Williams, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Chicago shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Jeff Green is checked in for Brooklyn.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Now here's Levine. Harden missing his last shot. 1:44 left to play in the 3rd. Shots good by Durant.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Outside, Levine lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Nets.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris, and Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Chicago also making some changes. Markkanen, he's checked in for Vucevic. Aminu comes in for Daniel Tice, and Satoransky subbed in for Williams.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Outside Irving. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Now Satoransky. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And again, Chicago. No good. To the middle. Here's Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
You know, why settle for the layup when you're this close? Durant might as well just turn it over and punch it home.
Outside, White. Good, nice job down low. White's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul. 19 seconds left to play here in the third. Irving surveying the floor. Chalk up 2 there. Irving's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Harris. Griffin is out there with Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Bulls trail by 3. Here's Temple. Lays it up off the glass. Temple's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Chicago. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. Shoots over Satoransky. Not enough on that one as it misses. Irving's gone 2 for 5 tonight. Here's Temple. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Bulls lead by 1.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Now, here's Dinwiddie.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Mina the pass to Markkanen. Satoransky against Dinwiddie. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Young. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kept alive, Irving. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Kyrie, not a bad answer. He'll give you the needed hoop when you need it most.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Harden in for Dinwiddie. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now, here's Irving. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. It's stolen by Vucevic. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Griffin against LaVine. Good!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
.23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you can't afford to bite on this. I mean, once the rest is in the air, the rest of it is elementary.
Your next, Kevin Durant. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 2 here. Both good from the line that time.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the 3-pointer.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Here's Harden. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. There's 14 seconds left in the game. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Shoot 2.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Irving can't get it to go. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.